It is all about choosing career. It is all about career development. It's all about career. We are talking on the issues concerning career. Last week we were talking on career discipline. What are the disciplines that someone has to have when it comes to choosing a career? Today we change a little bit. We are talking about career development. My name is Joseph. This is DGTV. Remember, this is hashtag Elimika Tuesday. We're speaking on the issues concerning career. Most people ask a lot on when it comes to career. To help us narrow this is career officer at Uzuri Institute, Mr. Kipkemei. Thank you so much for having us, Mr. Kipkemei. And last time we were talking about career discipline, and I believe that our listeners and the viewers were able to get a little bit on when it comes to having that discipline, when it comes to choosing a career. Today we want to talk about development of a career. What is it? What is it all about when you are talking about career development?
Okay, thank you so much, Joseph, for having me here today. And when we talk about career development, it is all about gaining the necessary knowledge and skills in order to advance in a particular career that you've already chosen. Last time we talked much about what steps should someone take in order to choose the right career. But if you have already decided that I would like to be a lawyer, I would like to take journalism, or maybe be a teacher, what are some of the steps that you need to put in place? What are some of the goals that you have to set in order to achieve this career that you've decided to venture into or to pursue?
So in a layman language, you're talking about development. Now it is all about developing this career that one has chosen. What are we talking about in a layman language?
Basically, it is getting what you need in order to succeed in whatever you have chosen. That is the basic terms
The
to use.
basic terms. Let's talk of when it comes to employability now. There is this an employee who has chosen a career path, but literally it seems things are not going according to the way that someone has chosen. Probably there are skills and steps to follow when it comes to choosing a career.
We did focus more on that last time when we were discussing about discovering what you do, what your passion is, and also knowing or researching about the marketplace. Because definitely there is no one who would like to venture into a career that when you get to the marketplace, you are not going to secure an employment anywhere, or you're not going to make use of whatever skills you've already gained. So you must know yourself and then also do research on the market. But on the development of this career, the first thing you need to do, again, it is about reflection. You reflect about yourself. Yes, I've decided that I want to be a lawyer. And can I work in an office for this particular period of time? Am I flexible enough? Then after you've reflected, you need again to do research, know more about this career. And when we talk about researching, there are a number of ways you're going to obtain information about the career that you've chosen. Let's say, for example, you've decided that you want to take law as a career. Then, first of all, maybe you can attend some conferences on the law firms or the law industry. If it is education, attend some conferences, attend some seminars that have been conducted in that particular industry. You can also talk to, if there are professional bodies, like, for example, maybe the National Union of Journalists for those people in the journalism profession. You can talk to maybe the Editors Guild. Look at the professional bodies that are available. If it is medicine or in the health profession, we have the professional bodies. So by talking to someone who is part of these professional bodies, you will get to know more of this career that you want to venture into. And remember again, it is very crucial that you get a mentor in that particular industry, in that career that you would like to venture into. Remember that that person who is experienced, that person who is working in the industry will be able to tell you the challenges that he or she is facing in that industry. He or she is going to tell you also the advantages that he gets working in that particular industry. So I would advise that person to get a mentor, someone who is working in the industry, go and conduct maybe an interview with him so that you can actually know that these are the challenges that the person faces in the industry. I'm ready to go and cope up with these challenges when I get to the industry, so that you are not disappointed at the end of the day. Yes, you are very optimistic when choosing the law profession, the journalism profession, but when you get to the industry, you find out that whatever they are doing is not what you would like to do.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Let's talk of development a career while this probably a young boy or a young girl or probably a sibling. There is a problem in the society that a parent or guardian has to choose a career for a certain boy or a certain girl or for a certain child. The development of these, probably nurturing of this talent. You look at the boy and you are like, nah. This one can take medicine course. This one can take literally probably engineering course. As a parent, are there probably ways that you can put into place as choosing a career and developing the career of this young boy or this young girl?
Of course, the parent of for children, those people who are under the age of 18, a parent will play a very crucial a very crucial role when it comes to choosing a career for a child. Okay. And of course, this is something that has caused a lot of problems in the society, because sometimes parents end up choosing a career that the child doesn't want to venture into. And the person can study. At the end of the course, you'll bring back the degree or the diploma and tell the parent that here is your paper. I've already finished your course that you wanted me to study. Now let me go and do what I like doing. Let me go to music. Let me go to journalism, what I like most. But now for a parent, thanks to the CBC, first of all, they will be able to identify the strengths and also the weaknesses of their children. So they will not force a child to take engineering if this person is passionate about the arts, maybe music, maybe journalism, or the social sciences. So with this current and the new curriculum, the parent is able to choose the best career for that child. But at the same time, to the parents or the brothers and sisters of these young students or children, they need to look at, first of all, their character. What do they like doing every day? During their free time, what are they doing? And from what they are doing, you'll identify that this person likes doing this and this, maybe building things. Maybe this is a very creative person, he likes drawing. This other person is very organized and also very good in mathematics. That is very, very keen on all the details, also correcting even the parents when they are wrong in doing something. Then you know that this can be a very good accountant. Then this can be an architect. So you look at those things, the character, and also the things that the child likes doing, and then you will be able now to nurture what the child is good at. And at the end of the day, if you choose what the child likes doing when he or she is young, when he or she is growing up, you will perfect that thing and end up in that same profession. He may not need, or she may not need to change the career.
Parents tend to choose a career path to their children. Probably you will hear parents saying that I don't want you to do what I'm doing. This parent is actually an engineer, but he's like, you have to be a medicine person. You have to be a neurosurgeon. That is where we can say that parents are going wrong when it comes to developing a career for the young ones.
Sure, that is something that the parents go wrong, as you said, because you will find that others, especially for teachers, some will say that because I'm a teacher, actually I'm enjoying these benefits and this. I would also like you to enjoy this benefits. So I want you to go and take education. It's not a must that if you are a parent and you are in a particular career profession and your children should do the same. No, allow children to focus on what they like doing. Because if you do, as I said in our previous session, that if you do what you like doing, then you're going to do to the best of your ability. Not like that employee who goes to work just because he wants money at the end of the month. A career is not about earning a salary. It is something that you have a progression route that at the end of a particular period of time, you're going to have achieved specific goals that you set at the beginning of your career.
When it comes to parents deciding on a career, we have seen on developing countries, probably a child or wants to venture into something, but a parent is like, no, you have to take a family business, or probably a family tree, that my uncle was doing this, my auntie was doing this, I am doing that, so my children too need to follow the same path. Is there anything that we can change when it comes to developing a career in that?
On that, most of the time you will find out that there are those things, especially when you go to developed countries. There is that thing that the family treasures a lot, and they don't want it to get out of the family. They don't want any other person from outside the family, maybe leading that particular organization, leading that business, and they want specifically a person who is a member of the family to take control of this business. But it is possible for someone to lead a particular organization at the same time practicing or doing something else, because you will not, maybe a parent will not allow maybe someone else to come and take over his empire, let me call it, when there is a son or a daughter who has the same potential as another person. And for that, I would advise one to allow, as much as you want this person to take control of the business, also allow him or her to chase his or her dreams, because also in the same note, there are those people who don't want to use the credits or take the credits of something that was developed by his or her parents or great-grandparents. They want to develop their own things. They want to create their own empire and rule it. They want just something to inherit. So if you give that child an opportunity to go and clear that forest and establish his own empire, then I think that will be the best.
So probably there will be a different thing that this young person or this individual will bring on board. Fair enough. Let's talk over setting goals. What are the skills that one has to have so as to set these goals? Because as you were talking earlier, there are long-term goals and short-term goals. When it comes to setting goals, what are the things that probably you need to put into consideration?
Okay, first of all, when you are setting the goals, especially in career development, you need to work backwards. That is, first of all, ask yourself, where do I want to be at this particular period of time? Maybe the long term, where do I want to be? And by knowing where you want to be, then you can weigh yourself, gauge yourself. At the moment, I do have these right skills. I do not have these skills. And for that person who is in a particular career path and is still confused and still not taking having an opportunity to work in a particular position, then you ask yourself, there are these advertisements. They are looking for these specific skills, but I do not have these skills. Then, of course, you must act. You must take action in order to obtain the skills which will allow you to occupy the available opportunities. So first of all, know your destination, the final destination.
Is that a long-term goal or probably
for the long
term?
For the long term, first of all, you know the final destination. I would like to be in this particular position, but I do lack this and this and this. Now, from what I lack, what can I achieve in the next or maybe 3 months? What can I achieve in the next 1 year? What can I achieve in the next 10 years or 5 years? So for those that will require you more time to achieve, these are the long-term goals, and it will help you get to the final destination. But for the short-term goals, these are the goals which are achievable within a short period of time. Maybe within 3 months, I will have attained this and this and this. But the short-term goals contribute a lot to you achieving the long-term goals. And an advice also to those people who are employed, or also those people who are seeking employment opportunities. Make sure that the organization that you're working for believes in the same goals as the goals that you have as an individual. Because if the goals are going in a separate path, then more likely the organization will be going east, you are going west, you'll never attain your personal individual goals. The organization can achieve its goals, but you're not achieving yours. So you need to align your goals.
So it
with
is
those
a-
of the organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is all about two-way traffic. You look at the organization goals and probably your own goals.
Sure.
That will help you probably
The
choosing
grow
the
as
right.
an individual and as again the organization to achieve its objectives.
We're talking of goals, setting of goals. Probably one will say that he has chosen a goal, but probably it is not working. The choice is not working.
When preparing your goals, of course, the goals must be SMART. That is a term that almost everyone uses, the SMART goals. That the goals should be one, specific. They should be measurable, attainable, realistic, and also time-bound. You can't set a goal that you know, even if you work day and night, you're not going to achieve these goals. The goals are not realistic. The goals are not time-bound. You haven't even written down the goals. By the way, from research, 80% of the goals which are written down will be achieved. But if you just say that at the end of the month or at the end of the year, I would like to have this and this and this, just verbally, there is no way you're going to keep track to that because there is no counter check or you'll not be checking and measuring whatever you've achieved so far. And of course, if it is a 1-year goal, then you need to break it down. In 3 months, I should have achieved this and this. And get someone who is going to hold you responsible. Ask you that you're supposed to have done this and this by the end of March. You should have attained this. But you're lacking behind. You need to do this and this and this. Someone to control you and help you to work towards the goals that you've already set. Because if there is no one who is going to guide you, help you, keep you on track, more likely you're going to lose the track.
So, Mr. Kipkemei, why is it necessary to having these goals first of all? Why do you have to be much into this setting of goals? These goals that we're talking about, whether it is short term or long term, why is it necessary to having that discipline, to having that thing in you that these are the goals that I have set and I want to achieve them by the end of 3 months or couple of days?
The nature of human beings is that we always lose focus. Most of the time, we will lose focus. So if you have the goals that are written down, that you've already contemplated, taken your time and prepared them, then these goals are the ones which will always guide you whenever you're going to do something. Let's say, for example, if it is about money, if you're going to spend that 5 shillings, that small little coin, then you'll ask yourself first, is this according to what I had planned? So it will provide you with a plan and a route to take towards a particular destination. And the time you digress from this particular plan, then definitely you're not going to get to your destination. So first of all, it will provide you with the motivation. It will help you be on focus. And at the same time, it will help you avoid those temptations. You see, more often we will be tempted to digress from whatever we were doing. Yeah. We are talking about the careers. Those are maybe career opportunities that may come across, and because you are not decided, because you don't know what you want to achieve at the end of the day, then you will be tempted to switch. You will start maybe, if you are a journalist, you will start trying maybe digital content creation. You'll try this and this. But if you have some goals, then these goals are going to guide you, will lead you to the final destination. Unlike taking maybe 4 without any goals, you'll not get to any of the 4 destinations.
In our country today, Mr. Kipkemei, it is all about talent. It is no longer about career. People are choosing, or rather a parent or a guardian can choose a career, or not a career, rather a talent to a person. Everywhere we talk, everywhere we go, it's all about
talent or education?
It's all about talent. It's all about talent. Now, people have taken talent to be the main cause rather than career.
Of course, if you are talented in something, then you can use that talent to get into a specific career. So if you, for example, you are talented in, let's say, for example, music, then music is a career that you can venture into. So talent is an added advantage. And if you take a career that you have talent in, that you're talented in and passionate about, then the chances of being successful and also dominating that particular industry are very high. Unlike that person who chooses a particular career because maybe he passed in examination, KCSE or KCP examination, KCSE examination, and decided that because I scored an A, definitely I'm going to take medicine. But maybe your talent, you're really a musician, or maybe a very good journalist, but you want to focus in engineering because you scored an A. More likely that person is going to fail, unlike this other person who follows his or her
It is
talent.
a push. It is a push from the society. It is a push from members of the society, the church involved, the leaders involved, that choose probably a talent that you fit in. And people ask themselves...
For a talent, you can't choose a talent. If you're talented in something, you're talented in something you're not going to choose. But a career is what you can choose.
People force themselves in choosing a talent that they are not in.
You can't force yourself to choose a talent. To be sincere, you can't choose a talent unless maybe you grow something. You have maybe some skills on something. You can grow that skill, but you can't choose a talent.
You probably need to do a lot of practice. When
you'll have to work extra hard in order to perfect that particular skill.
Fair enough. Let's talk in an organization. Probably in an organization, it is important for someone to have a development career. Cheerleader. Probably this person is a cheerleader that will talk to people in an organization to help them achieve their careers. That's when we are going to talk it after coming back from the break. You're talking to DGTV. Remember to talk to us. This is a hashtag Elimika Tuesday. You can speak to us on our social media platform, DGTV, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also on YouTube. We are taking a short commercial break, pay the bills, then come back, discuss a lot of things with Mr. Kipkemei.
Career success is brought up by a training that goes beyond the academics, training that prepares you for the marketplace and as a job creator. And here at Uzuri Institute, we train you to be a job-ready professional. Over the years, we've done research to identify what works in the job market and what doesn't. And with our team of qualified trainers, we continue to produce graduates who are highly qualified. We have partnered with international and national exam bodies, and that guarantees employability and career progression. Prepare for the future by applying for our current intake. We offer courses in cosmetology, hair and beauty, fashion and interior design, tourism and travel management, electrical and electronic engineering, ICT and ICDL, hospitality management, and journalism and mass communication. You can visit our offices in Thika and Machakos. Thika main campus is located at Haile Selassie Road, opposite Thika School for the Visually Impaired. Machakos campus at KIE Building, 2nd floor along AIC Bomani Road. For more information, call Thika main campus at 0723 560 867 or 0700 455 435. Machakos campus at 0715 603 362 or 0781 908 822. Uzuri Institute, shaping careers, directing purpose.
As God was creating the world, He made sure that everything looked good. Before He would create something else, He always looked at it and said, "It is good."
Christian Community Church invites you to our Sunday service. We reach the lost, build community, grow disciples, serve our neighbors, and in all things, worship the Almighty God. Join us for Sunday services from 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You can also catch us live at DGTV and on Facebook at DGTV Kenya. We are located at Uzuri Institute grounds, Thika. God bless you as you come.
You should ask yourself, what is the purpose of this relationship that I am in?
Man was made naturally and spiritually productive by God for a purpose.
I have my blessing. I have my healing. I have my greatness. I have my power. And it's all inside of me in Christ.
Thank you for choosing DGTV. This is DGTV, and remember we are talking on the issues concerning career. And today, as I said, we have Mr. Kipkemei, who is a career officer at Uzuri Institute, and we are talking much more. Before we went for break, we were talking on the issues concerning career development, and remember you can share your thoughts with us on our social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and probably YouTube. Also, you can share your thoughts to us on our SMS number 0791 300 105. Mr. Kipkemei was sharing a lot of things concerning career development, and we are talking, Mr. Kipkemei, about a cheerleader or someone who leads in an organization. Can that have an effect in developing the career of an employee?
Definitely, when you have an organization or leaders in an organization who appreciate the talent or who appreciate the skills of its employees, and also nurtures the employees to develop in that area of specialization, then that will make the difference between a successful organization and an organization that is going to fail. If you have an organization with a leader who is going to, first of all, explore and see what kind of staff members do I have, what are the abilities of my staff members, and then identify that this employee is very good in this particular section. I'm going to give him maybe an opportunity to serve in this particular department. Then, of course, if you've already identified that this person is good in this, then you need to help this person nurture the skill. You see, some of the employees do have some hidden skills they do not know even themselves, but the employer, who is a very good leader in an organization, will be able to identify and realize that if I give this person an opportunity to serve in this capacity, he's going to take this particular organization to a higher level. So you must also, first of all, identify the skills of the different employees. Secondly, you help these employees to advance or to maybe gain more skills in that particular area so that he can serve efficiently. Let's say, for example, if it is an institution, you realize that this person is very good maybe in terms of maybe examination or has good record keeping and then can aid a particular department, then you need to conduct some trainings to develop this person, to develop the skills within this particular individual. Then, of course, that will not stop there, but regular trainings, maybe conducting some seminars in the organization, will also help the staff members maybe maintain the skills that they already have, and of course, increase production in the organization. But there is also a challenge that most of the time you find out that yes, you've nurtured a particular individual, and then some of the employees or employers feel like when I nurture this person, when I empower this person, maybe they fear that this individual might now, because he has
leave
or
the
she has the
company.
skills, he'll leave the organization. But you should not have that mindset. But you should look at the positives, that if I nurture this person, it's going to help me achieve my goals. And at the same time, to retain this employee, of course, you can promote that particular individual. That is one.
Yeah.
Secondly, you can also maybe just a salary increment to recognize that, yes, because I've equipped you with the skills, you can now perform better. I'm going to appreciate you by adding you this and this. And of course, the productivity is increased, meaning that you're making more profits, more likely. So the issue of maybe being scared that the employee may leave should not come in between. And then at the same time, at the exit stage of an employee, when someone stays in an organization for a particular period of time, maybe nearing retirement, of course, this person might be more stable with his own side hustles, and the productivity seems to be going down, and also the engagement in the organization might seem to be going down. But also these employees who have already advanced in their area of specialization are still very, very important to an organization, because they're going to help the newbies, those young staff members in the organization. They're going to help them adapt to the organization. They know the objectives of the organization, and they are experienced in their area of expertise.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk of when it comes now to students, or probably those guys who are finishing class 8 and form 4, and also those who have stayed along probably in homes, and they want to choose an institution that will help them in developing their career. What are types of institutions that we need to focus and choose when it comes to developing a career?
That is another part that is also very, very important, especially when it comes to careers, because the institution that you choose might determine whether you're going to be successful or you're going to break at the course of your career. You're going to just quit and decide that I'm not going to pursue this journalism anymore. I'm not going to pursue this law anymore. First of all, our institutions, of course, must be registered here in Kenya. You need to choose an institution which is registered and recognized in the country. We've seen a number of colleges being closed down in Kenya. Why? Because they are not recognized by the Ministry of Education. At the moment, we have the TVETA, which is accrediting the technical institutions. So make sure that the institution that you're going to choose is registered under TVETA, if it is a college, and if it is, of course, a university, it is also registered under the Commission for University Education, CUE. So that is the first thing that you need to consider. Make sure that that college that you're going to choose is registered. Secondly, again, we have those institutions which are well known for a particular course. If it is a college, we know that this college is known for a particular course and has been there for a very long period of time. You can have a college which has just been developed, maybe 1 year, 2 years, and then you're rushing because of maybe there is a temptation that you want to go to this new college. The period a college stays in Kenya, sometimes it is very, very risky. You may find a college which was established, it is in a rented space. And then when there is a small challenge, like for example, during the period COVID-19 period, the corona period and the closure of schools, most colleges were closed down. Why? Because they were not established. So when you are choosing an institution, I would advise that person to go for an institution that's been there for a long period of time, that will be there even when you came back. If you look for, I had a story where someone had studied in the US in a small institution, and unfortunately now there was an opportunity, and this person was supposed to provide a recommendation from the institution of higher learning, that college. And he went back, looked for that institution, it is nowhere, the name changed. Actually, it has, you can't even trace the owners of that institution anymore. So that will be a very, very bad scenario for someone. But if you have an institution, like for example, Uzuri Institute has been there for more than 20 years, you will be sure that when you come the next 10 years, you will find Uzuri Institute. University of Nairobi, you'll find University of Nairobi after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So you need to look for an institution that is well developed, that is still that will remain to be there even after a long period of time. The other thing that you need to look for, or you need to consider when you are choosing an institution, is that depending on the course that you've taken, there are these professional bodies that do register a particular courses. Like for example, for journalism industry, the Media Council of Kenya gives out some accreditation to the media schools, those schools which are offering journalism. If we talk about engineering, we have the Engineering Board of Kenya, EBK, which also credits universities and colleges to offer engineering courses. And we recently saw some graduates from one of the universities in Kenya. They sued the institution. Why? Because they graduated, they allowed them to graduate with a course that is not recognized by the Engineering Board of Kenya. And the university was forced to pay 700, was it 700? Not 700, I think around 7 million. Why? Because they allowed the students to study a course that is not accredited by the board. So you need to also to look for a college or a university, an institution that has accredited courses that are recognized, so that when you go out there, you'll not be denied opportunities because your certificate is not recognized by the board, especially when you will be looking for government or public job opportunities. But the other main factor that you'll have to consider is the skills that you're going to gain. Whenever I talk to young students, especially the Form 4 graduates, I normally ask them, do you want to have the skills or do you want to have just the papers? You see, you can have that certificate, a degree from the University of Nairobi in journalism and mass communication, but you don't have the skills. You can't operate a camera. You can't present news. You can do anything within that particular profession. But there is another person who has a certificate in journalism and mass communication from a college like Uzuri, but can do news presentation, can edit, can operate a camera. Who do you think will be taken for a job opportunity that is available? It is someone with the skills. So I normally advise the young students that choose an institution that will equip you with the skills that are required in the marketplace, because your skills are what are going to sell you. The skills will sell you, not only the papers. Of course, the papers will be an added advantage, but the skills will be the main thing that the employers will be looking for.
Fair enough, Mr. Kipkemei. Is Uzuri a recognized education center? Because I heard you talking of it has to be recognized, it has to be registered, it has to be existed. Is Uzuri among the institution that a person can choose, and all the characteristics that you have said are there in Uzuri Institute?
Yes, Uzuri meets all the requirements. It is registered with TVETA as the main regulatory authority for the tertiary colleges, and also it is accredited to offer examination in a number of examination bodies, including NEC, we have ICM, we have ABMA, JPUK, we have NITA, ICDL, among others. So it is a recognized institution. And also, talking about Uzuri, that the institution itself is centered in employability. So it provides the student with the skills which are required in the marketplace, so that when that student gets out of the institution, he doesn't need any training. By conducting our research with the industrial liaison officer, we've tried as much as possible to know the shortcomings of the young graduates when they go to the marketplace. And we implement the recommendations that we receive from the industry. So when someone joins Uzuri Institute, whether in cosmetology, fashion and design, hospitality, media, video production, photography, then definitely that employer will not need to go and retrain the student again. And having actually been in an institution that is recognized, there is no way you're going to be told that you came from an institution that is not recognized. If it is the journalism department, it is recognized by the Media Council of Kenya. It has been accredited. If it is engineering, if it is fashion, hospitality, all the legal documents are there for all the courses that we offer at Uzuri.
Okay, Mr. Kipweme, let us talk of sharing your girls with your partner or your friend or your guardian or your parents. Is it necessary to share your girls with someone, probably a friend or your relative? Is it necessary for someone to share the girls?
As I said before, you might not be able to achieve yourself all the goals, and you might not keep yourself in track alone. But if you have someone whom you share the same aspirations, then it is good to share with them. Because after a particular timeline, of course, we said that when you're setting the goals, they should be time-bound. That you're supposed to achieve this by this specific period of time. So if you share with someone, then when it reaches that specific time, it will tell you, or you'll analyze now. Of course, also that person must be having his or her own goals, so that you can help each other, ensure that you work towards achieving the goals, so that if you go astray, then this person is the one who is going to bring you back on the track. Remember that if you are alone, you might walk blindly. You are out of the track, but you don't see yourself being out of track. But your partner, but your friend, or your relative is the one who can say that, no, Joseph, you're going towards the wrong route. You need to take this route and achieve your goals. Yeah.
People talk of dream killers. When you share your story, or probably you share your vision and ideas, someone might steal it or will think otherwise on that.
Sure enough, there are those people who are going to discourage you. There are those people who are pessimists, who will not believe that at the end of this year you're going to have attained this. A friend was sharing with me a story whereby actually he's a married person and he decided to enroll his wife to a driving school. And then the sister to the wife was telling her, why should you even enroll to this driving school? And I'm very sure maybe you're going to buy a car in the next 10 years. Why should you go for driving school today? Surprisingly, just a month, or it was 2 months after the driving school, the guy bought a car. And the person who had decided that you will buy a car in the next 10 years was surprised. So you knew that you're going to buy a car, and you are allowing me to tell you that you're going to do so in 10 years. But he told me that actually I had no plan of buying a car, but it's just that my plans didn't work well, and I opted not to start a business but buy a car. And that is how now, if we had decided that I'm not going to go for that driving school, then definitely we didn't drive the car.
So how do you differentiate?
So what I'm trying to say is that yes, out there we have those pessimists who will kill your dream and also will decide to shut down your goals. But as I said, you need to look for someone who also has goals, a positive-minded person who is going to inspire you to achieve the goals, but not to kill your dream, who is going to help you towards achieving the goal.
How will you differentiate between someone who is able to advance and advise you on the issue, on the career path that you have taken, and someone who is going just to kill the ideas that you have
I'm very sure that definitely you do have friends, and you've met a lot of people. But not everyone you've met is your friend. How did you choose that this is my friend and this is not my friend? Or we are going to relate, I'm going to tell this person more about myself, I'm not going to tell this person.
So the same thing applies.
The same thing applies, because you're going to look at a person, you go how you relate with this person, you know that this person is someone who has a potential. This person, if you go to a new workplace today, definitely there will be that one employee whom you're going to be so close with within just maybe a week. And actually, you don't decide by yourself that you're going to be a friend with this person. You're not going to decide. That's nature as a way of just bringing you together, because you share similar characteristics. So if you do share some characteristics with a person, definitely you're going to be close. And the more you become close, you know that person in more details. And that is when now you decide that this person shares the same aspirations as mine. I can share this and this with this person. Definitely to me, there's some kind of information I can share with another friend, but I can't share with this other friend because I know the kind of person this is. I know the kind of person this other person is.
Okay, fair enough. And you see, this problem probably is in the young people who are choosing to follow a path. You will find someone asking you, why did you choose Uzuri instead of other college? Is there a way that this person can only listen to what he thinks and not to follow what the other people are saying?
Of course, most of the time when the young people are choosing the institutions, most of the time they would like to maybe have an institution. Like for me, when I was choosing a university to go to, first of all, what I told my mother was that the closest place I can go all the way from Eldoret is going to Nairobi. And actually I decided to choose universities from Nairobi and beyond. So actually that was like a fallacy because I didn't want to be close to home, but I was wrong. But this, the moment, if you know what you want, then definitely you're not going to consider such factors. You're not supposed to follow peer pressure because your friend is in this institution, you want to go to that institution, and maybe you do not have the same goals. You would like to join this particular college, but whatever you're going to get there is not the best that you could get in the marketplace. So it is good to first of all conduct research. It is good to go and sample out. If you are supposed to join a college, then first of all go to maybe at least sample out. You can go to the internet, a lot of information is available there, but after you've maybe picked maybe 6 institutions or 5, then you can visit each institution. And something to the parents or to those young graduates, there is something that they normally consider much, and that end up missing maybe what they're going, their decisions. They decide that we're going to choose an institution with the lowest school fee. Cheap is expensive at many times. Don't just consider the school fees because these institutions ask you to pay maybe 4,000 Kenyan shillings or maybe 20,000, whereas the other one asks you to pay maybe 50,000. Ask yourself, why are they expensive? What other advantages am I going to get in this institution which I'm not going to get in the other? You might go there, pay the lowest amount of school fee you have actually gotten, and at the end of the day, you just have a paper without any skill, which will be worthless. You will have wasted your 3 years, your 2 years, and at the end of the day, you'll have to go back to square one to go and look for maybe the other institution which you refused to join before because of the school fee, maybe to enroll for a short course to acquire the skills that you would have just paid one way and get it within the shortest period of time possible.
Time is not on our side, Mr. Kipkemei. I will not be fair if I don't ask this question. Why or how does career development work in an organization? And also in an institution or probably in parenting, how does the career development work?
Of course, we said that career development is not only individual on an individual basis, but also it is on an organizational basis. We said that for an organization, it is up to the management or the head of that particular organization to initiate the process and identify those talents, those skills, and the capabilities of the employees. Then after doing so, you're going now to nurture the employees, empower the employees to make use of the skills that they do possess in order to, first of all, to be productive in the organization and as well to develop as an individual, that is personal development. As I said, the difference between a successful organization and an organization that is going to fail is how you're going to treat the employees, how the opportunities that you're going to give to your employees, because you don't want a scenario where the employees will be coming in each and every time and leaving within a short period of time. Rather, you have an organization with a very good HR system. If you go to well-developed organization, by the way, you'll have 2 departments, not the HR department alone. We have human resource management, who are just going to manage, and then we have human resource development, HRD. The HRD is purely on development of the talents that are there in the institution. So that is in an organizational basis. But for an individual now, it is purely based on the goals, as we said. That first of all, you have a long-term goal. You have where you want to be in a particular period of time, and then you work backwards and you acquire the knowledge, you acquire the skills that will enable you to get into that particular goal that you've already set. But remember, do not be rigid to it, whatever you've decided. I want to be a lawyer. Don't be rigid to law alone, because as you go along the way, you've set the goals, yes, but things do change. Change is inevitable in our society, and therefore be flexible and take the opportunities that you're going to come across as you proceed with maybe your objectives with your goals.
Fair enough, Mr. Kipkemei. Thank you so much for sharing all those information. We will call you again and again to share wide on issues concerning career. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you.
From Uzuri Institute, a career service officer. From me, Joseph Okio, I leave you from there. Remember, this is DGTV. You can also continue this conversation on our social media platform on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Remember, it is Elmika Tuesday. Up next, a lot of things lined up for you. My name is Joseph Okio. See you next time.